Thanks for joining me today on Coffee with Kiera, sponsored by The Human Being. We are joined today by Susie Duncan with the Lights of Hope. Thank you, Susie, for sharing with us today. Let's talk a little bit about the Lights of Hope Community Festival. How did this get started?
Okay, so 3 years ago, I was asked to do a candlelight vigil because there was some going on in the valley. And I thought, oh, it can't be that hard. But I didn't know if anybody would even come. And I found out you have to get permits through the city and the port, and it's a little bit more complicated than just, hey, come.
Just showing up and doing it.
Yeah. And then they asked for speakers, and so I had a learning curve and all of that, but we got some good speakers, and it was a really big learning experience, but it was really powerful and really moving, and we had 150 people show up, which blew my mind.
It's great. And last year you had even more, right?
300.
300. Wow. So
yeah.
Double the amount.
Yeah. So we're thinking 500 or more this year.
Yay.
The word keeps getting out, and it is a powerful, awesome event.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It puts me in awe that I...
It's amazing. And let's talk a little bit about what the event is going to entail.
So we're going to have a barbecue, and there's going to be about 20 to 25 organizations there that are available in our community for support with drugs and alcohol and mental health. One of the organizations is, I get so excited, giving out Narcan.
Oh, that's great.
100.
That's awesome. And let's explain a little bit for those who may not know how Narcan helps.
So if you have a family member or someone close to you that is having an overdose, you can give them a shot of this Narcan, and it is supposed to help override the effects of the drugs that they are overdosing on and potentially save their lives.
It's amazing. All of our police officers in Lincoln County carry this thanks to our hospitals at Samaritan, Pacific Communities, Samaritan, North Lincoln. They've been fabulous with partnering with law enforcement to make sure that they have this valuable drug with them when they go on these calls so that they can help save people's lives. So that's fantastic.
And Chief of Police will be explaining. It's not that we're just handing out, without educating. But to me, I'm looking at it as this is 100 lives potentially saved. And so that's really huge to me.
Right, because sometimes if you're a family member, if you come upon someone who needs some help, you have that available, and Chief Pace will be explaining about that at the event. So let's talk a little bit about how important an event like this is.
So this event is bringing awareness, and it's not just about those who are recovering addicts, but it's about the whole community that is affected by addiction, and it is the whole community. Mm-hmm. So we ask that the whole community attend because everyone is affected, and it brings, we call it bridging the gaps where there's been division or just holes. We're bringing it all together. We're bringing the community as a whole together to support one another, and it's something that's been devastating this area, and far too much.
And you've got some amazing guest speakers, some coming back, some new this year.
Yes, so Sergeant Escalante from Lincoln City has asked to come back. That's exciting. He was a really good speaker last year. We have Sarah Yardley, who grew up here, and her powerful testimony is just beautiful, and it brings me to tears. Jennifer Metcalf, who is such a powerhouse in our community, so I'm excited about that. And then Carlos Vestalante, or I messed his name up, I'm really sorry.
Sorry, Carlos.
Carlos will be there. Well, he laughs at me when I mess it up. I've tried and tried. He's tried to help me. I'm sorry, but he's an amazing testimony. In and out of prison gangs. I'm excited to hear his story. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to have face painting. We're going to have sidewalk chalk. We're going to have bubbles.
Bubbles, yeah.
Bubbles.
We decided on the bubbles.
Yes.
Based on National Night Out, how much fun my granddaughter had doing the bubbles.
Simple and easy and so entertaining. Harmless stuff.
Keep them there for hours.
Guys, enjoy the music, enjoy the barbecue. One of the booths is going to have HIV and Hep C testing.
Awesome.
Your kids will be playing with bubbles, don't worry. And the balls. The balls were a huge hit last year, so I'm going to have the balls again this year. So.
And you have a very important person. Well, I think she's important. And that is the wonderful and talented Sharon Bittinger. She is going to be at the event and singing.
So she's going to be taking pictures, doing live feed for our Facebook page. And I'm excited about that. You guys are going to be doing live feed. I'm excited about that. I mean, we're having great coverage. But she has the most powerful singing. It's just beautiful and gifted.
It'll give you goosebumps.
It does.
Seriously.
It does. She
She's
sent
amazing.
me a video, and I just, whoa, okay, yeah, you're singing. She asked me, and I'm like,
yeah, you're doing this. Yeah. If you haven't heard her, she's incredible.
And so she lost a brother to addiction. So not only are we getting her gifted singing, but we're going to have some powerful emotion in it. It's a song that she has personally picked out that has meaning to her over this loss. And so bring some Kleenex. And I'm making everybody wait until the end to hear her.
Good. That's fantastic. Is there anything else that folks need to bring? Do they need to bring candles? Let's talk a little bit about the candles.
So our candles have meaning to them. So we have white representing recovery, gray representing those incarcerated, red for those that are active in addiction. So that's the other thing. Even if you are still using, come to the event. It is okay. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to,
But try not to show up intoxicated or...
No, we don't want belligerent. We don't want issues. But even if you have a warrant and it's not like bad, like you haven't murdered anyone, the police are not going to arrest you. They want you there. They want you at this event. It's something that we have fully discussed at the first one, and we have kept it that way. This event is a safe event. So if you are still active in your addiction, please come and light your red candle, and next year we'll try to make it a white one.
Absolutely.
Black if you've lost someone with addiction, and yellow if you just want to come and support recovery. So we will be providing candles.
And speaking of which, of course, none of this comes free for you guys.
No.
Do you need some additional help
Yes.
with sponsors or some financial backing?
We definitely could use some funding, some help. It's not cheap to put an event like this on, but it is very powerful. It is very healing for many. Those that have been affected by addiction really need to be at an event like this so that they can see the support and the healing that takes place at something like this. And like even last year, Troy Hart and Officer Pitcher had a really bad experience about 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know the exact year, but Troy Hart was our speaker last year, and he had talked about this. They had been in a high-speed chase and a pretty big scuffle that wasn't nice to either one of them. It wasn't a pretty thing, and it wasn't any nice words.
Which is usually the case in those circumstances.
But at last year's event, Troy got to go up and thank the officer because that changed his life. And it's because of that officer doing what he did. He was standing there, 5 years sober, speaking, and now works for Chance and is just changing lives all over in our community. And that was moving for the officer as well, because how often do they really get thanked?
They hardly ever get a thank you. We do appreciate you.
So that was really huge for him too, and that's what I mean by bridging those gaps. That's huge. That was a big deal.
And support from the community, from friends and from family when you're going through recovery is really important, right?
Oh, huge. It is one of the vital keys to a successful recovery. Can it be done without it? Yeah, but it's not quite as successful.
And there's lots of information that will be available for those who need that help.
Over 20 some organizations will be there.
Good.
We have NA, we'll have Celebrate Recovery, we have Lifeways, Powerhouse Detox will be there, also supporting their place in Pendleton as well. I'm just rambling off the top of my head. I have a sheet. PATA, yeah, there's going to be a lot of information available for anybody who is affected by addiction or mental health.
And this is also to bring about awareness of the worst consequence, of course, of addiction, and that's suicide.
Yes, and so we will be doing, we hold a suicide event in January, but this year we're doing a suicide walk on September 21st because of the lives that we've lost this last year. We just felt moved to go ahead and have one of those start in our area. And so
we'll keep you posted on that event. You can make donations towards that event or this event as well through Oregon Coast Bank.
Yes, we have a bank account there. We are a nonprofit through the government, so if you need those numbers, Tina Ewing, she can give you those numbers. She's one of our board members, and so thankful for her because she takes care of areas I didn't have a clue about.
She's amazing. All right, Susie, anything else you'd like to add?
So when you do come to the event...
Oh, let's give the dates.
Oh, August... Yes.
That would be helpful.
August 24th at 5 o'clock until dusk at the Toledo Waterfront Park. And bring a chair, and after dusk it does get chilly, so bring something for that as well.
Bring a jacket or sweatshirt or something.
But everything else is provided for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Susie. I appreciate it.
Thank
we look
you.
forward to seeing you and being there at Lights of Hope, August
so excited.
24th. We will be going live, so we'll be doing a live feed from there also. And thanks for joining me so much on Coffee with Kiera, sponsored by The Human Being, 6th Street and Highway 101 in Newport, and in Lincoln City at the north end of Lincoln City on the west side, right by TLC. For Pacific Northwest News and Entertainment, I'm Kiera Morgan.